Spoilers and Fandom is like a book club for geeky stuff. Join us as we delve into the depths of our backlogs and sift through the games, comics, shows, movies, and books that we haven't checked out yet. Hey everyone, welcome to Spoilers and Fandom. I'm Hellsknight.
I'm Hillary.
And today we're talking full-on spoilers about the movie Knives Out.
Yes.
And we didn't actually get comments on the last movie we watched.
Yeah.
So we would ordinarily do that now. We'll skip that and just go straight into the discussion.
Yeah.
So
you have notes. Let's start with yours.
Okay, let's start with my notes. Yeah. All right, so the things in the script that I really liked, especially with the subtleties, someone will make a reference to something very small that will have like a bigger implication towards the end. Specifically, the one that I was so impressed with was like initially when Marta and the murderer, God, I've forgotten all the names.
Ransom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say sure. When they're having this discussion about the rest of the family, you know, on the night of his birthday, he mentions like how dumb his grandson is for not even being.
The grandson. No, you meant the old guy.
Yeah, the old guy talking about like his grandson.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ranson was Chris Evans.
Yeah.
He's talking about Ranson.
Yeah.
In terms of even though he's so good at playing Go, right? Or Goal. What was the game? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's so good at playing that, but he's like such a dumbass when it comes to other things, such as he can't even tell the difference between a knife, a real knife, and a prop, right?
Yeah.
He makes that thing
distinction very clear.
Like he says that like in passing. And this has a huge play later on towards the end climax of the movie where he grabs something that he thinks is a knife and attempts to stab Marta, and it's the prop. I thought that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of stuff like that in the movie, and I think it's really quite brilliantly done.
No, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that foreshadowing of that, and even the little things like even Marta's vomiting.
Yeah, so that's
the growth of her being able at the beginning not being unable to stop herself from vomiting, and then at the end being able to hold it until she's able to get Ransom to confess.
Yeah. So this was the video game mechanic I was talking about. Like it seems like such a gamey thing to add into a movie. Like if this character is lying, she'll throw up.
Yeah.
Like that's such a neat concept.
It's almost like something you'd expect from a game like L.A. Noire.
Yeah.
Like you're interrogating someone and be like, if this is their tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like FMV. Yeah. Like there's something very video gamey about it.
Yeah.
With putting you as the investigator, as the audience, you know? I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I thought that was brilliant.
Because for me, even with the parts of those things, I kept on, I think because of how those subtleties, the way this movie has a lot of subtle references and a lot of subtle details, so that if you don't pay attention, you can build up your own theories of how the movie is going to go out and play out. And I guess it's also because of the kind of movie it is. It's a whodunit murder mystery. So it kind of also lends itself to everybody have theories about how you expect this thing is, how this story is going to wrap up. So like for me, one of my theories was, again, tied to that game of Go. Because the grandfather kept saying how Ransom is a great Go player, but he doesn't follow through. He doesn't have an eye for details. And then he talks about Marta being better at Go just because she's better at noticing the details than him. He's more of a big picture person. She's a bit more detailed. So
I never thought of it that way. Yeah.
So I was looking at it in my head, like halfway through the movie. I don't know why I expected this to be like a rom-com. I think it's because of the characters. When Ransom ran off with Marta,
Yeah.
I was expecting, so this is the moment now when the B plot of the movie is maybe the grandfather saw that the family on its own would not be able to survive without him. So he decided that he's going to give everything to his nanny and force his grandson to play the nanny for the property in a game of Go that he then wins, and then some convoluted method finds out that he's actually in love with her, and then they all live happily ever after.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
I have a very 80s mind.
Yeah, that is not what happens.
Yes, that totally does not happen.
I had something similar. We learned earlier that one of the characters is having an affair with someone else. I thought that character who he's having an affair with was Marta.
Ah, yes.
And I automatically thought that,
Busted.
that maybe then that guy murdered
The grandfather.
the grandfather, yeah. And, yeah. I would say there wasn't a lot of evidence, but yeah, I'd say he was pretty suspicious.
He was a sketchy guy.
Yeah, he was quite
But
sketchy.
he's also played by Don Johnson, so...
Also, when they run off, I did think that they would, team up somehow. But then, I don't know, Chris Evans had these tells, his character had these tells that this guy is
He just wasn't meant to be.
He's pretending. This guy is pretending somehow.
Yeah.
How, I don't know, but yeah, this guy's definitely sleazy. For him to just suddenly change his mind. So I'd say it got a little bit more predictable after that. But again, I did not see how it all came together. It was quite, it wasn't over the top in the way it came together. It was quite realistic. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
To be put together that way.
Because, yeah, even for me, I wouldn't expect... Because now I started thinking about the movie now backwards. From now, Harlan Thrombey's point of view, the grandfather. Because now imagine you're Agatha Christie. You're a mystery novelist. You're about to die. You have maybe 10 minutes. For him to be able to plan this in his head like this, that guy must have been a genius. Yeah.
He clearly had written so many, he was a well-known author, right?
Yeah.
So he probably has that way of thinking about all this stuff, I guess.
But the thing, I don't know. I think what impressed me the most was that he didn't hire Benoit Blanc to investigate it.
I was convinced it was him.
Yeah. In my head, I don't know why. I knew he's the one who hired him, but I didn't know how. How did he get the money to him?
No, I thought it was the grandfather. It wasn't the grandfather.
Who hired him?
You forgot?
Yeah.
It was Ranson who hired him.
Oh. I thought it was the grandfather.
No, Ranson hired him. Because Ranson was trying to frame Marta, right? He's trying to frame Marta. So, these investigators are just, put off as a suicide. So that's how he tried to frame Marta, as hiring this cool investigator who will notice everything, right? And, figure out that Marta is the one who did it.
What?
Yeah.
In my head, I don't know.
He set Marta up for the fall from the beginning.
Because I'd believed that it was now the grandfather who hired Blanc.
No.
So that he can make sure that Marta is the one who gets the inheritance. Because he noticed at the beginning, he noticed the blood on her shoe from the very beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so he knew she was in it, but he just needed to know.
And Marta was also covering. So that was the funniest part. While they're looking at the crime scene and stuff, every time he's not paying attention or something, Marta is covering footprints, her own footprints or something like that from the crime scene.
The best part was when the dog brought the broken stuff from the outside of the house.
Yeah.
That broken frame. I was like, there's nothing you can do. You're screwed. Between that and even the grandmother. When the grandmother just showing up, being there. The great-grandmother, sorry. Because it's his mom. The great-grandmother was just a riot for me. Because just her seeing her kind of unravel things from her point of from not seeing anything was just amazing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the way that whole came about was really, really cool. Yeah, I guess that's the preachy moment, right? The big reveal stuff where he goes into that monologue.
Yeah.
Right?
Because now when he gets into his detective mode and he's explaining all his...
I think the worst part of that initially on the first watch, right? This is something that I only noticed in the second. He he keeps describing a hole within a donut, right, as his like analogy. On my initial watch, this made no sense. Second time around, you're paying attention. Yeah, it's very clear what he's saying. It's like something is not adding up here. That's all he's saying. Because like who hired him is the pinnacle of that point.
Yeah.
Like if Marta is guilty, then who hired me? Like that doesn't make any sense. So, you know, like that being the focus point of his entire thing, I think that's what he was focusing on the entire time. Rather than, you know, did Marta kill it? Like I think he was convinced that it wasn't her from the start.
Yeah.
Obviously, right?
Yeah. It's just that maybe he also wanted to figure out... excuse me, sorry. Maybe he just wanted to figure out how it happened. Because everything points to Marta being involved. The question is guilt now. Yeah. Is she guilty of murder or is she guilty of accessory to murder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then who hired him?
Yeah.
Like that being the central... That was great. Yeah, what do you think would happen next in this movie? Because it ends with you know, the movie starts off with that cup. My house, my rules. My house, my something, my rules, right?
Yeah.
Is written on that cup. And then at the end of the movie, it's Marta holding that cup and drinking from it. With the entire rest of the family looking up at her from the balcony. Would you... And she was like debating whether, you know... Like she was debating with the inspector. What do you think I should do? Like, should I return the money? Should I give it back? What do you think she'll do?
I think she'll keep it.
She'll just live there with them?
Not with them. Because she said she'll take care of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she said it to one specific kid, actually.
She actually said, it's only
one
to the daughter.
family member.
One family member that she said, you'll finish school and all that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know now. Beyond that, I don't know. I feel like maybe... that would go to court. It would be a whole court case. If there was Knives Out 1.5, it's a legal drama.
Oh, but they'd lose that thing. They already concluded that wouldn't go through.
Yeah, but they'll still fight it.
Oh, yeah. See, I'd like to think that that maybe she would, I don't know, try and fix it, because that's why she was given the stuff, right? To try and get her family to kind of be reliant on themselves.
But how would she do that? Because now the family is all united now against her. It would now be a battle of her against
This is it, right? Yeah. Like, so if she asks them to stay with her, then this becomes Knives Out too, where she's dead, and we have to figure out which one of the family members killed her.
If of the remaining ones, I think it's the wife, the mom.
The mom?
What's her name? Yeah.
No, because she was definitely looking after her daughter, right?
She was. Like, who would kill Marta of the remaining people, other than Ransom?
Oh, I think the other creepy guy who threatened to kill her at her house.
Oh, yeah, the dad. But that guy, I don't know. I don't know whether he...
That was the weirdest scene in the whole movie.
Yes.
I think that was the weirdest one for me.
Let's see where the sequel goes. Because you know they're definitely going to have, with the way they've put a lot of subtle details in this, the sequel will have subtle details to what happened to these guys.
Will it? I think maybe the sequel will just be its own fresh thing without anything.
Yeah, I feel like it'll have its own fresh story, but there'll be world events. Like, let's say you read a newspaper article
We'll refer to this
We'll
guy
refer
dying.
to Marta so-and-so, or Harlan so-and-so, or this guy, whoever it is in the next movie will really like Harlan Thrombey's books.
Yeah, let's see. If they do that, that would be cool. That would be cool if they did that.
Yeah. Then this guy is like, I wish you knew. I wish you knew about that case.
What was your favorite scene in the movie?
My favorite scene in the movie was, it's actually towards the end when everything started coming together and you're seeing Thrombey trying to plan, dealing with Thrombey and Marta, dealing with the situations as they're happening. Remember when they're discussing, when she'd been interrogated by the cop, and she was telling the story of, they were in the office, they were playing Go, he flipped the Go board, she gave him his medicine, she left him going down the stairs, the daughter came up at some point, found them there, she left, then she left at like midnight and went. Getting that story from all the different points of view.
That's a lot of scenes, yeah.
Yeah, but at the end, when now they figure out now how it actually happened.
The reveal.
Thrombey telling her, you listen to me, this is what we're going to do. And he's holding the knife at his throat. That was my favorite scene. Because now he basically set off the entire movie and killed himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in fact a suicide. Yeah.
You? Who was your favorite? What was your favorite scene?
So, for me, the scene in particular that I liked, it is a toss-up between the most realistic car chase I've ever seen, or when Chris Evans tries to stab Marta with the knife and realizes that it's fake. Yeah, the look on his face in particular. And like trying it out, like seemed almost like a Deadpool moment. Like,
yeah, that was a riot.
Yeah, that was probably my one of those is my favorite. I think that actually the knife scene at the end was my favorite scene. Because immediately I saw that, I'm like, yeah, this is why they made that reference. Because I feel like everything in the script, none of it like is inconsequential. Everything. Everything is there for a reason. Yeah, literally everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did like that as well. I'd say my favorite character though was the inspector. For sure, without a doubt.
Would you prefer if he had a more standard accent?
No, I liked the idiotic D&D character accent. I did like it. I mean, the humor was pretty good as well.
Yes.
My grandfather built this place and came here. This house is our legacy. No, he got it from a Pakistani real estate agent.
Now, those guys were... Wait, so for me, my favorite character...
Yeah.
I feel it'll either be the cop or the other cop. Now, the black cop. Because he's now deadpan through everything. He doesn't believe that this is what's happening.
The other cop was an idiot.
Yes.
He was just a fanboy, really, right?
Yeah, the third cop now was just a fanboy.
Third cop?
Because there was Blanc, the black guy, and the white guy who's with the black guy.
Okay, yeah. I'm not... Okay. I didn't count Blanc as a cop.
So for me, I think I'll also go with Blanc. Because if not him, it's Ransom. Just because of how Ransom just shows up and just ruins things.
Oh, I like Marta. I kind of wish that her family was in there more. Yeah. I just said that, there's nothing inconsequential in the entire movie. And now I've just remembered that she has a mother and a sister. And yeah, the mother is like used in the plot. The sister is just there.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything, doesn't add anything, but is just there.
Yeah.
So
maybe in the sequel. You find out that Batista is her big brother. He shows back up and she's a millionaire. And he's like, how?
Wow. Yeah. No, so, yeah. I kind of wish maybe she had more to do with the movie. She literally did nothing.
But did they explain what her sister did?
No. Her sister was watching some murder stuff going on in the background while you know, like the day after. Like, her sister's only there in one scene.
Yeah.
Right at the start.
Yeah.
And that's it, really.
And even the mom, I think the only...
Oh, and just asking, are we rich now? That's it.
Yeah. And even the mom was... They kept on referring to the mom because she was an illegal immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't have papers. So the threat was that...
Yeah, if she doesn't comply, that they'll get her deported or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys were assholes. They really were, though. The family?
Mm-hmm.
They were weird.
Dude, I've just... Okay. Yeah, the family were very weird. I've just read something right now. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Totally off track.
Mm-hmm.
The great-grandmother, the old lady in the house, she was Clark Kent's mom in Lewis and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. She was Martha Kent.
What?
Yeah. Like, the casting in this is huge. Like, it's amazing. That's Clark Kent.
Do not see a resemblance at all.
She's old, that's why.
What?
Like, everybody here is from somewhere else. Like, Frank Oz is in this as Harlan. Frank Oz is from the Muppet. He acted in the Muppet Show. He was a puppeteer and a voice in the Muppet Show.
For who?
Harlan's counsel.
No. But like, who is he acting in the Muppets?
In the Muppets, he's Sam Eagle, Fozzie Bear, Animal, and Miss Piggy. He's a puppeteer for those guys. Oh. Yeah, and Cookie Monster, and Bert and Grover and Sesame Street.
What the hell is this cast, man?
Like, imagine that.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, actually. That's... Wow.
So, Zod and Superman's mom are here. And that's not by coincidence.
If I get to that later. Also, Captain America. Could this be the crossover you've not been waiting for?
Marvel, this
Justice
is...
League Avengers.
Yeah, Justice League Avengers.
The final showdown.
And Bond.
Co-directed.
JLA meets Avengers meets Bond.
Wow. Yeah, anyways, I think that's all I wanted to really say. Favorite scenes, favorite characters, did you get anything? What do you think happened next? Yeah, that's all we can really talk about. That's all I had in my notes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we highly recommend this if you haven't had a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
Please go. Yeah, please check it out. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's decent.
Yeah.
Still an 8 out of 10 for me.
Same, I think for me, mine's 8-7. 7-8 should be about the same. Okay, no.
Go with 7 if pick one.
I'll give it a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. We haven't had opposing views in a while.
Yeah.
So that's good. Anyways, so next time we'll be checking out the game Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Join us for that. I think I know it's on GOG, Steam. I believe it's on other platforms as well. So yeah, have a play at that, and we'll be talking about that. Maybe even we'll talk about Malazan. So let's see.
Malazan, yeah. We'll want to organize how we'll be able to get a few, the other guys who'd been with us for the previous episodes.
Yeah.
If we can now figure out how we can get a group.
Yeah. Or we might even just change the format, but again, it might take away a lot from the show. So it's something we're debating. We might try it. We might try that out. Let's see.
And if you have any recommendations, any ideas, any criticisms, please let us know.
Yeah.
On IG, Twitter, you know where to find us.
Yeah. Cheers. I'm Hellsknight.
I'm Hillary.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Do you have an opinion on what we just discussed? Did we miss something? Tell us in the comments section and we'll read it in the next episode. If you're listening on Anchor, send us a voice message and we'll add it to this episode. Don't forget to follow our podcast on Twitter @SpoilFans for updates. And follow our Instagram for behind-the-scenes action @Spoilers and Fandom. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube and Anchor to get the latest episodes.